friends. Welcome back to our last day of nuggets this week. I started off this week's study unsure of how much we can truly begin to understand God and know His character. I hope that after this week's study, we are one step closer to knowing Him and how He intervenes in our lives. We've tried to understand what God's providence is. In other words, how does God take action in this world? We know He's not a dictator and doesn't determine everything that happens in the world. In fact, at this point, after more than 6,000 years of sin upon humanity, there's probably more happening that is against His will than it is in His will. Think about the following. If we, as fallen beings, are disgusted and appalled by the effects of sin in our world, have you ever stopped to imagine what God must think and feel when He looks at our fallen race? I recently read the book From the Ashes by Jesse Thistle, where he tells his story of being indigenous, homeless, and how he found his way. At times during my read, I would just have to put the book down and give myself a break from all the trauma and suffering this man went through. And when I thought it couldn't get any worse, it actually did. Sometimes I would just skip the parts that I couldn't stomach and read further into the story where things got a little bit better for Jesse. And something similar happened to me when I read the book A Long Way Gone, which is a memoir of a soldier boy in Sierra Leone and his trauma and recovery. Now, if these stories absolutely break my heart as a fallen, sinful person, can you imagine how God experiences humanity in this fallen world? If I was God, I wouldn't be able to stop crying in seeing how far everyone has fallen over these past 6,000 years. But thankfully, God is still in control, and in His providence, He does still intervene when we give Him the space to. In this miserable world, He does promise us peace if we turn to Him. He does promise the ability to get us through the storms of life. He does promise to show up if we ask Him to. That's providence. At the beginning of the week, I shared with you how our family friend had died at age 18 and how it was and still is so difficult to make sense of. One of the things that his father said at the funeral was that as crushing as it is to lose your son, he now understands a little bit more of God giving up His Son for us. What a sobering thought. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart because I have overcome the world. May we appreciate Christ's sacrifice for us every day of our lives. And with that, we come to the end of our nugget for today and for the week. Thank you for studying with me. Please remember to join your local Sabbath school this Sabbath. God bless.